Hi. My first question is for Mr. Astley. Canada is home to some of the leading universities in the country, in the world. You're head of the U15, so you see that firsthand. We have some of the best researchers. We have a lot of taxpayer-funded money going into research. But it seems like there's all the breakthroughs we're making, and according to a statistic, that there's 50% of all publicly funded intellectual property is ultimately going to be assigned to foreign firms. Do you see an issue with that? Is this a failure of this Liberal government on its industrial policy?
Thank you for the question, Madam Chair. It's a failure of our innovation ecosystem, and what I describe in my remarks as science, technology, architecture that is not adapted to the modern world. So think about innovation as a continuum. You start with talent, people, research, commercialization, and at the end, you need someone who buy the services or the product, right? We've been good at focusing at the beginning. As you say, we have leading research universities, but we have let the middle in the end a bit on its own, hoping that innovation will just happen on its own. And when you see with other countries is they have been more intentional at focusing public policy in the middle and the end point.
We see after 10 years of this Liberal government, we have the fastest shrinking economy in Canada of the G7. After adjusting for inflation and adjusted for on a per capita basis, we see investment fleeing at a record level, a level that we've never seen before, ever since this Prime Minister took office. Does this concern you? What does this concern you from your perspective, as it relates to the research ecosystem?
The trajectory of productivity in Canada has been a long-standing problem, to be honest. It has been over the last 30 years, and certainly since the great financial crisis of 2008 has been stagnant. And this is why we're not have sustained growth in this country. And business R&D is at the core of this. If we don't solve this problem, if we don't scale our SMEs, and if we don't have businesses investing capital in the economy,
investing capital in the economy.
There are two main problems in my view, and I've wrote a paper on this before I was at U15 called Engines of Growth. One is industrial composition that is too tilted vis-a-vis consumption and not enough vis-a-vis production. Our economy relies too much on real estate and not enough on people who are producing things and services. And second is the lack of scale. Per capita, we have 3 times less large firms in Canada than in the U.S. And so by definition, SMEs will have a harder time. It's not their fault. It's just they're smaller, invest R&D in the economy, right? So we need, as a public policy objective, to scale our companies, our domestic companies, so that they can invest their dollars in the economy, in R&D, for example.
Tax system or the amount of government red tape play a factor in that?
I would agree with that, Madam Chair, that we have not created an environment that is conducive to capital formation, and regulatory framework is very heavy right now. I think it has been recognized by a lot of policymakers and is not conducive to people investing in the economy. I think it is true for energy in general projects, but it's true also across the board. It's not easy. We're not making it easy for people who want to invest capital in the economy.